Hello, guys. Welcome to the 25th episode of the Otumba Adams Show. My name, my name remains Adams Large Day, and I am your host. I've always been your host. Welcome, wherever you guys are. All right. So, in today's episode, we'll be looking at the skill-based society. Yeah, and before we dive right into it, I would like to ask, how was your week? How are you? How has everything been around you? How are the ups and downs and everything else? Your business, life in general, how has everything been? All right, so today is the 25th episode, which means that I have done, or I am currently on my, what's the word now? One quarter. I'm at the, no, I'm not getting the English right. But I guess get what I'm trying to say. Like I'm at the 25th percent of, yes, of what I hope to create for this year, and it's been fun, and some other days it hasn't really been so fun. Today being one of those days that like I am really not in the mood to come and do a live broadcast, but since I have committed to doing 100 episodes this year, I am not going to back down. I know that like a lot of us out there, like we have issues sometimes, like okay, you feel like you don't want to show up to work, you don't want to do a particular thing. For me, I think today is one of those days whereby like I just feel as if dude, you don't need to do this show. But then like I'm like, I need to do it. I really need to do it for the sake of those that are watching me, for the sake of people that are learning one thing or the other from me. I have to show up. But deep down today, like it is, I am not just in that mood. I'm not in that right frame of mind, literally. One of the reasons why I keep on showing up is I learned something from a particular poem that says that like the more we shine our lights, we give other people reason to shine their own light also. And as it is, a lot of people have been encouraged by this program that I do. Some people have actually even gone ahead to start their own YouTube shows and all that, or are planning to do it, which makes me happy, right? So that is one reason why I know that like I will not back down. In as much as it is not in me today to like come and teach and all that, I can see Emmanuel writing something, and like, yeah, today is not just that day for me, but I'm still going to teach. I'm still going to like deliver what I have to do today. Emmanuel, thank you for being a part of the show. Ari Dapofilani, thank you for being a part of the show. All right, so if you'd like to introduce yourself, if you're watching me right now, please do. Put your name, your location, and drop it in the comment section. I would put it up on the screen before I dive right into what I have for today. The skill-based society. All right, just introduce yourself and we'll get on with the show very soon. All right, so looking at what I have for today, what can we say a skill is? According to Wikipedia, yeah, a skill is the learned ability to perform an action with determined results, with good execution, often within a given amount of time, energy, or both. I take it again. A skill is the learned ability to perform an action with determined results, with good execution, often within a given amount of time, energy, or both. All right, so we have Mario from Lagos. Thank you for being a part of the show. And we also have Motilade from Lagos. Thank you for being a part of the show. Thank you for always showing up. And also we have Mr. Nola in the building. Thank you for being a part of the show. Thank you for showing up. All right. Yeah, we know that you're in North Carolina, sir. We know. Anyway, let me go back to what I plan on teaching today. So for a lot of us, growing up, we were told that like you have to be this, you have to be a doctor, you have to be a lawyer, you have to be an accountant, you have to be an engineer, you have to be a nurse. And if you're not one of those people, you're probably tagged as what's the word again? Like they tend to like just look down on you and all that. And over the years, we realized that like a lot of these courses that like we were made to study in school on the long run would not work for a lot of us. Like I, for instance, I studied mechanical engineering in the university, and Mr. Nola also studied mechanical engineering in the university, right? But the difference between the both of us is that like we are both in two separate countries. Where in one, where I am, engineers are not really regarded because we do not. Nigeria is not really the type of country that builds infrastructures and maintains them. But he's in a country whereby he's what he studied is something that like is valuable over there, right? That means that like his own set of skills is valuable there. But here in Nigeria, a lot of the guys that studied mechanical engineering with me ended up being either bankers or they one financial institution or the other. Just a few of them ended up being engineers and are still working as engineers. But a lot of us have actually like diverted from that field. I, for one, like I am into animation now, and I am also would I call myself a public speaker? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, that is what the country has made things to be, and for a lot of us, like when we go to school, we have this premonition, no, not premonition, assumption that once I graduate from the university, I am going to be this, I'm going to be that. I am going to like start working like for myself. Like I felt I was going to work in an oil company, but at the end of the day, it didn't work out. Yeah, and I've come to realize that like to survive in the world today, you need a skill, right? Now, what I studied in university, mechanical engineering, is a skill, but is it as relevant in the country I'm in? Not really. Why did I say not really? There are a lot of engineering graduates out there who do not have jobs in the engineering sector because there are not enough jobs for them, right? And that also goes along it goes for a lot of people out there studying different courses. Yeah. Like let's say for instance you studied microbiology. At the end of the day, you may probably like turn into a tailor in Nigeria, or you turn into a school teacher. Like we understand the fact that like a lot of people do not work with what they studied in Nigeria because of two reasons. One, probably because there is not enough jobs available for those people that studied that skill in Nigeria, or two, the particular course that is studied is no longer relevant because as as the years go by, as technology develops, a lot of skills out there are not going to be relevant, right? If you are going to the universities to study library, for instance, now, most likely when you graduate, you may not end up being a librarian because how many libraries do we have even in this country, even in the world at large? How many librarians? So how many libraries can actually employ librarians? So there's some certain skills that like are no longer relevant. I could remember some years back, probably like before I was born, my mom took a typing course, and if you were a typist, you could actually get a job. But right now, literally everybody knows how to type, so it is not something that like is as relevant as it used to be before. Yeah. So that means that like what times are changing. Some things are no longer as relevant as they used to be. And right now, some things will not be relevant in the next few years. Yes, we are still studying them in Nigeria, but they would not be relevant. So if you are very, very conscious of the times and seasons, you would know that like some skill sets are going to be obsolete in the next few years, and then some skill sets are actually coming up right now. Okay, so according to the types of skills we have out there, we have hard skills and we have soft skills. Hard skills are the types of skills that like you probably have to learn. Probably like let's say you have a certificate, a degree to learn that thing, right? It's something tangible that like people can see, right? Maybe like you took a short-term course or you learned programming, computing, and all sorts like that. And that's what you call hard skills. Now, soft skills are basically things that you need. Okay, I want to start soft skills as the engine. Sorry, as the engine oil to the engine. The hard skill is the engine, as it were, and the soft skill is the engine oil that makes the engine work smoothly. Now, what are the different types of soft skills that are there? We have creativity, we have persuasion, we have emotional intelligence, perseverance, project management, and the likes. There are a lot of soft skills out there that are necessary, and majority of companies these days would want you to have a soft skill alongside what a hard skill that you have, right? A soft skill alongside the hard skill that you have. Now, the reason why I created today's training is for one reason only. The world is shifting away from a lot of things, and then it's moving into something else. I realize that a lot of people do not really have what it takes to compete out there, because if you look at the Nigerian stage right now, a lot of people are jobless. A lot of people do not have jobs. And even when you're employed into a company, you have to be taught again by that company. You have to be trained. Yeah, that's what you have to be trained again by that company to fit what they need you to do in that company. However, we understand the fact that not everybody is going to get a job, but there are skills that you can actually start learning today, because the world we live in is actually what's the world? We are in a skill-based society. You need a skill to thrive, right? And it depends on what skill you choose to learn. Now, a lot of people out there in Nigeria, I think majority of the ladies today, they are learning tailoring. Yes, there's so much. There's so what's the word? Why am I losing my flow today? Anyway, there's as far as you can get to. I think that's the word I'm looking for. With tailoring, with all these menial skills, but ask yourself, can it take you global? If it can take you global, then that means that you have to be the best of the best as compared to the amount of people in that skill today. There are thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people into tailoring, into carpentry, menial jobs. Can it take you that far? Yes, it is a skill, but in 2021, can it take you far? You need to ask yourself, can that particular skill take you far? So today we'll be looking at the top skills for both the hard skills and soft skills that are necessary these days. Now, if you're in a field whereby your skill is not threatened, you do not really need this. But this is for people out there that feel that, okay, I want to launch out to the world. I want to be a global brand, getting jobs from companies abroad, that I am not limiting myself just to within my area of my country where I live at the moment, right? There are a lot of skills that you can actually put in or get to learn right now, and on the long run, it would pay off for you. According to LinkedIn, in 2020, one of or some of the skills or some of the top skills that employers are looking for, it would actually shock a lot of people. Number one on the list is blockchain. Now, we know that Nigeria has put an end to cryptocurrency, as it were, or the CBN has put an end to cryptocurrency, even though some people are doing P2P. But in the world at large, companies are actually looking for people who know about the blockchain technology. And you would actually be surprised how much some of them make in a year. Some of them make as much as $100,000 to $1 million in a year. It's surprising. When I did a little research about this, I was like, wow, wow, wow. For real, people are actually making badass money out there. Yes, so blockchain is one. Cloud computing is another. If you can learn Google Clouds, Amazon Clouds and all the other companies that are offering their cloud-based services, believe you me, you'll be doing yourself a great, no, not the service now, like you're doing yourself a great service by learning one of the skills, right? Now, I know that for some of us, we may feel that like, okay, I am old already, like I don't really have that time to learn. But you have nephews, you have nieces, you have children. For those of you that are actually have kids, you can actually encourage them to start learning these skills now, such that by the time they grow up, they would not be wanting or they would not be looking for a job helter skelter. Do you get? Like you would actually help them out with that. So number three on the list is analytical reasoning. Number four is artificial intelligence. According to a research I made about artificial intelligence, those that are into human resources, it will shock you to know that like artificial intelligence has started taking a lot of jobs, and especially in the HR world out there, because there are lots of softwares that can do the jobs that like an HR can would do on a very good day, and people are the ones designing it using AI technology. People like companies now automate a lot of things. If not for COVID, that has given HR people more job to do now in terms of encouraging, persuading their team members, try to like ginger them and tell them that like, okay, you can do this, or like stay on their neck. They're like, how far with this thing? What is the update on this thing? A lot of softwares are created these days that are taking away so many jobs. So you need to be aware that like your job that is making you feel fly today may not make you feel fly in the next few years, and things are moving fast. And that is why a lot of people are no longer relevant. If you want to stay relevant, you need to know what skills that actually what's out there right now. So that's number four on the list. Number five is UX design. According to LinkedIn, I'm reading on LinkedIn's what's it called website, right? According to LinkedIn, UX design is one of the skills that you can also learn, right? That companies are really looking for. Then we have business analysis, we have affiliate marketing, we have sales, we have scientific computing, and we have video production. So for people that are into my own kind of job animation, we can know say we know if we stay out of job because people would always need our services. Companies would always need our services. Now, we know that like nurses, doctors, lawyers, they would always be, right? Engineers, they would always be. But not everybody is going to be in that field. Not everybody would have that brain to cram and pour everything out in exam hall just to pass a particular medical examination and all that. No, not everybody's going to do that. So I'm trying to like let us know that like there are a lot of options out there. And if you want to be a global citizen, you need to know what skills are relevant today. All right. For the top five soft skills, we have creativity. You need to learn how to be creative. It's not just you doing la cram la pour the way we were taught in school that like you just go to exam hall, everything that like you're crammed in your head, you pour it out. No, you have to be as creative as possible. Number two on the list is persuasion. Number three is you need to learn how to collaborate with other people. I'm sorry, collaboration. You need to learn how to collaborate, right? Then number four is adaptability. COVID-19 has made us to learn how to adapt to situations. So ask yourself, are you still the same type of person that you still want to do things that was done before? Can you work from home? Can you be disciplined enough to work from home and still deliver the way you used to deliver while you were in the office? Can you still do that? Right? Then number five on the list is emotional intelligence. How emotional intelligent are you? How do you react to things that come your way? How do you respond to them? Do you take time to pause and then ask yourself that like, is this reaction going to be in the best interest of myself and the company? Right? Can you ask yourself that? If you have the skills, now there are a lot of skills out there, tons of skills, right? I'm just mentioning the top skills according to LinkedIn that companies are actually looking for out there. And because we are living in a skill based society, we need to learn to move with the time. Now, if your hard skill is not threatened, I want to believe that like your soft skill would need creativity. Your soft skill would need persuasion. Your soft skill would need you to learn to collaborate with other people, would need you to learn to adapt, and then would need you to learn emotional intelligence. All these things can actually be learned, right? You may not have been born with it, but you can choose to learn it to stay relevant in the society at large. And on this note, I have come to the end of today's class. I know that, like, I said earlier that, like, I was not really up for it today, but I just need to show up. I hope you've been able to learn something. And I want to believe that, like, the next time I show up, all the ginger and everything else that is supposed to come would be there. But right now, I am not in that. Nah. But that is not an excuse. I would always show up. I would always give my best any day, anytime. And I hope, as I said earlier, that, like, you've actually learned something. On that note, have a lovely evening and be the best version you can always be. My name remains Adam Solofimilajide, and have a lovely week ahead. Yeah, and tomorrow is a new month, so happy new month in advance. And to our Christian brothers and sisters out there, happy Easter. It's Friday and Monday. Yeah, happy Easter to you guys. Okay, then, have a lovely day. Take care.